Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you guys wait until the end of the video. The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Of course, I have stretch marks, I have loose skin. I don't care. I don't care. That's the whole point. But I did want to make this video to address it for you guys who are curious and maybe you're on a weight loss journey. I want to say one of the most discouraging and kind of disappointing and just sad emails that I get is people who are who want to lose weight but are afraid to lose weight because of the loose skin. And I'm just like, what? Like, that's just the craziest thing. But I understand, especially for people who are coming from a place of extreme obesity, that is definitely a concern. I do have loose skin. It's not very much. I have a bit on my stomach. I can show you guys my arms here. I've got the jiggle going on. When I flex, and sorry, I was looking in the lens, but when I flex, you know, you can't see it, and when you look at my triceps here, you can't really tell. But you know, so it's going to happen. I do lift a lot, but there's just nothing that I can do to get this loose hanging skin from here. Now you can tell here it's very thin, right? So that's loose skin. But where you feel like a thicker kind of like, you know, you can feel the meat, that is just fat. And I say that because I want you guys to know that I think a lot of people are confusing their actual fat from what loose skin is. Loose skin, you're gonna be able to tell it's gonna be very, very thin, to where you can kind of feel your fingers on each side, as opposed to when I get more into this area, this is just fat. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a difference in thickness and in how it feels. So you want to be aware of that and know that maybe you need to focus on fat burning activities to lose that. And that kind of brings me into my next point about what you can do about loose skin and about preventing loose skin, and that is to lift weights. I lifted weights a lot. I still lift weights a lot, and that is something that has helped me like so much. To avoid the loose skin. I noticed that people who do a lot of cardio to lose weight tend to have a less defined shape and physique, and that is because they don't lift, so they don't build muscle, and then they burn muscle and fat because they're doing too much cardio, and then they end up with a ton of loose skin where that lean muscle could have replaced the fat. In regards to stretch marks, I never had stretch marks all my life, and then when I started to gain weight, that's actually when it kind of clicked and dawned on me that I was gaining weight. Is I was kind of touching my stomach and I felt like a little bumpiness, and I was like, what is that? And I literally had never even like seen a stretch, at least not on myself, and I was a teenager, and so I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting these, you know, lines and marks and things like that. And so anyway, I started to get stretch marks as I gained weight, and the bigger I got, the worse they got. Like they were like thick and like, ooh. Yeah, they got to be pretty bad. Now that I've lost the weight, they are still there, but they are not as noticeable. And I have to admit, I'm not very good about moisturizing, and you know, I know a lot of people use like what is that, the stretch mark cream and stuff like that. I get into these grooves where it's like, okay, I'm doing it, and then I just don't do it. So just with the weight loss, the skin, the elasticity of my skin has really bounced back. And I do have kind of like remnants of the stretch marks, but it's not very much. But my message to anyone out there who needs to lose weight and you're obese and it's affecting your health, or it will affect your health, do not worry about having loose skin. I wear my arms out. When I go swimming and go out, I wear my stomach out. I don't care because I know where I came from, and I know I worked very hard to get here, and trust me, I am not gonna let a little loose skin and some stretch marks stop me. You let it stop you from doing what you have to do either. So I hope this has encouraged you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.